It can be really frustrating, but it's pretty common to lose or push spread bets by just 1 point or even half a point. In this video, we're going to show you one big way to avoid that. It's called buying points, and it's most commonly used for betting football, although it is possible for basketball betting too. We'll explain how buying points works and, most importantly, how you can use it to win more bets. Let's get started. Buying points works with point spread bets, and like we said, it's mainly used for betting football. Imagine you want to bet on the Browns to cover a 6.5 point spread against the Falcons. You think the Falcons are going to win, but probably only by a single field goal or touchdown. With a spread of 6.5, if the Browns lose by a touchdown, your spread bet loses since they lost by more than a 6.5 point margin. But what if you could move the point spread to 7.5? Now, if the Browns lose by a touchdown, they still cover the spread and you win your bet. The trade-off is that you have to sacrifice a bigger payout in order to buy that point. Sportsbooks usually charge 10% for every half point you buy, but that's not the end of the story. If you want to move the spread onto or past the numbers 3 or 7, it's usually going to cost you 25%. That's because 3 and 7 are the most common margins of victory in football. 3 and 7 are so important, they even have their own name. They're called key numbers. And in the next section, we'll show you another example of how key numbers play into buying points on the spread. Whenever you can move the spread past the numbers 3 or 7 in favor of your team you're betting on, it's going to give you a big advantage. In the first example, we were betting on the underdog, so we wanted to increase the margin they could lose by and still cover the spread. In this example, let's imagine we're betting on the favorite. The goal here is to buy points to decrease the margin that they have to win by in order to cover the spread. Say you want to bet on the Colts as the favorite to beat the Jaguars, and the spread is listed at -3. If you think the Colts are going to win, but probably it's going to be close, well, -3 is a pretty tricky spread. That's because if the Colts win by a single field goal, exactly 3 points, your spread bet will be a tie or a push, and you won't win. If you buy a half a point, however, and move the spread to -2.5, now the 3-point victory for the Colts will cover the spread and you'll win your bet. Since 3 and 7 are most common margins of victory, moving the spread across these numbers is the most effective way to buy points. Depending on the sportsbook you're using, how you buy points on point spreads can vary a bit. On some sites, you'll see a buy points option pop up when you select your point spread bet. Sportsbooks offer different options for buying points, but usually you'll be able to buy a half, a full, or 1.5 points on the spread. When you choose to buy points, the site will update your betting slip with a new spread and odds. Other sites use a different process called alternative spreads. Instead of selecting the regular point spread and adjusting it by buying points, alternative spreads list different spread options and their corresponding odds. Just pick the one you want and click on it to add it to your betting slip. Selling points works the same as buying points, except in reverse. By selling points, you're sacrificing a bigger point margin for your team in exchange for better payouts if you win. For more information on buying and selling points and tons of tips of how you can use this strategy to make better bets, check out our full guide available for free on WSN.com. Thanks for watching and good luck.